everybody, this is Julia with Senior Susie Stamps, and I'm glad you're here with me today. We've been in the process of moving, and January has not been a very good month for me, to be honest with you, but here it is towards the end of the month, and I am ready to make a couple of cards with you today. And I wanted to start out with something very easy. I need some thinking of you cards. For those of you who've been following over on the Facebook page, you know that my sister was in the hospital and died recently. And so I need some thinking of you cards to send to some of the people that were so kind to us when we were in the hospital. So that's what I'm working on today, and I found some nice sentiments in my notebook. This is the notebook that I keep my sentiments in for those of you who are new to the channel, and these are just baseball card holders, and this particular book has really been a lifesaver for me while we've been moving. So that's where I pulled these sentiments out of. I have some other notebooks here that I wanted to show you because I keep my little packs of stickers in notebooks in heavy-duty sheet protectors, and it makes flipping through them very, very easy. So I just walked through the two notebooks that I have found, and I have some stickers. I found some of the Ken Oliver Color Burst that I thought might make a fun, quick background for us today. And I'm going to choose some colors sort of kind of based on any kind of coloring in the little sticker that I can find that I think I might have something to go with. So maybe those two will work for that one. You know, Color Burst has all kinds of different color pigment in it anyway, so we'll just see how they turn out. Before we get going too far down the road, you all know that I'm in the process of moving to Georgia, and this is the Georgia studio, and there may be a lot of highway noise out because there's a big highway just there out in the front yard. So if there is, I'm sorry, there's not a whole lot I can do about that. But I have installed some acoustic panels in the studio, and I'll show you those either after a while or on a future video when we do a little studio tour. Probably would be a better time to do that. But I've had to cut some card bases, so I just took an 8.5 by 11 sheet of heavyweight cardstock and cut it long ways, and I'm going to score my line in there. I'm going to pull some cover panels out of my supplies in here, and we'll get started. I'm going to use my scoring tool to score this paper with because it's really heavy, and if you don't have a score line on it, it does not fold well. So I'm just going to score this at 5.5 for a starting point. And I'm just going to do 2 of them right now because I need 2 to send out this next week. I have so appreciated you all staying in touch with me over the last couple of months. It has been a real challenge for me. And your support and prayers have been really a saving grace to me. And I just wanted to acknowledge that and let you know how much I have appreciated it. These are the card bases, just straightforward. And then these are the little panels that we want to use with the Color Burst. And I think I want to get a no-stick mat. I'll be right back. Hang on. Ooh, this moving stuff is for the birds now, y'all. I'm just saying. Okay. This mat has a little kind of a tacky side on it, and then it's Teflon coated on this side, and nothing sticks to it. They're really nice to have to use. I see a little blemish there, but when you flip it over to this side, it's perfectly fine. Let's see what we can get going here. Now, I need a little spray bottle with some water in it, which of course I don't have. Hang on. Believe it or not, I found a spray bottle. Let me go get some water in it. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, so this is just a little spray bottle. I think I got these from Amazon probably, and it's just plain water. So what I'm going to do on these, I think, let's try this. I'm just going to do a light spritz, and I'm going to hold this spray bottle back and just put a little bit of light spritz there. And then you have to be kind of careful when you open these Ken Oliver Color Burst, because you can get this stuff everywhere very easily. And I just want to tap a little bit on here and there, and then cover it back up. Just a little more water, and I think I'm going to add a little more color from, this one is called Orchid. And the more water that you add, the more the color kind of develops. And you can see a little aquamarine blue in there. Let's see what this color gets us. I think I need a little contrast going here. It would be better if I had some watercolor paper, but I don't. Haven't found that yet. This is olive green. There we go. And I'm going to put a little more water on it and develop that green just a touch. There we go. I want to use up just a little bit of this color that's here. I think I might try a smoosh. There's a little smoosh there. There we go. Just one more here. You have to be careful with these color bursts, because you can muddy the water very easily if you're not careful. And you can see I'm getting some mud color down in here. So this one's ready to set aside. Let me try to pick up some of this color here and do just a little bit lighter colored one. There we go. The stickers have a lot of detail in them, so I don't think they need too awful much in the way of background. We'll see. That has some nice color there. There's a surprising amount of pigment in these color bursts, and you can get it on your hands, and it takes a while for it to wear off. You definitely don't want to get it on your clothes. Let me tell you. And I know that from personal experience. There. So that's got us a few little backgrounds. And I want to pull one of my sentiments and see if I can get a little color on that as well. Because I kind of like to coordinate the sentiment just a little bit with what we got going here. There's a little color there. There, see? That'll work fine on that. Now, I'm going to have to wait for these to dry and then come back and figure out what I'm going to do with these cards, because I think I'm going to do a little bit of doodling with fine tip pen. Okay, so these are kind of more or less dry, and I cut them down to 3 3/4 by 5. And now I think I'd like to try to decal the edge just a little bit, and I'm going to do that by wetting it back down again. And I don't know whether this will work or not, but I want to wet just the edge and get it kind of saturated. because I can't find my decal scissors. And then I'm just going to tear. And you have to kind of tear it in little pieces in order for that to work very well, because this is really heavyweight cardstock. But I think that'll make us a nice little edge that way, and it won't be so rigid in the background then. I'm going to go ahead and dampen this edge all the way around. There we go. So if you leave it set for just a second, well, not a second, but maybe 20 seconds, then you can kind of do a little hand decal that way, even when it's really heavyweight cardstock like this. So let me go ahead and finish this, and then I'll come back and we'll see what the results kind of look like. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. There. And see, that has a much more organic feel to it than just a straight edge like this one does. You can tell immediately that it's just more organic in nature. Okay, I want to set this aside and clean up my mess just a little bit, and we'll see if we can figure out how to make one of these little cards real quick with stickers. I found some little black, these are labels actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So I was thinking maybe this is a really tall sticker here, and it should come nicely off the page that way. I probably will have to cut part of the bottom of it off, which is fine. I don't mind doing that at all. So I do, however, think it needs a little bit of a backdrop. So I'm going to use this oval, this black oval. These are kind of a vinyl. And I'm just going to plant that right there. And then I'm going to put my foam on the back here, just for a little structure. And probably 3 pieces is going to be enough. This is 1-inch foam that I buy in rolls. And then I put it on the release paper for my Avery labels. Those that I put on the back of my cards. Okay. So now, let's see what we've got going here. Yeah, I think that little black backdrop is going to help quite a bit identify what we're doing here. All right, let's get that put down. I'm wondering about putting a little bit of a black edge around here. I think I'll try that and see. Sometimes with these kind of cards, nothing ventured is nothing gained. And let's face it, it's a piece of scrap paper at this point, so if it doesn't work, I've got a trash can that I've found, and it's sitting right here next to me. So, it's hungry, and won't mind having a little bit of trash if I happen to mess things up today. There we go. Now, I would like to do just a little bit of doodling on the back of that. And somewhere in here, I have some black pens that I got for, oh, you know, I've got some other pens. Hang on. Here we are. This is a Pigma Micron 01. It's a real fine point black pen. And I just want to do a little bit of doodling around some of these little spots. I don't want to get overly involved with it, but I saw this technique in a painting at the hospital, and I just kind of wanted to try and see how it worked with a little bit of abstract ink. And this Ken Oliver color burst certainly lends itself to this kind of thing easily. So let me do just a little bit more of this, and then I'll come back and we'll finish putting the card together. Now, let me see. I think I'm ready to put this on the card base. And I'm just going to put it on with a kind of an even border all the way around here, like that. And now, where did my sticker move to? Here he is. Let's see what we've got. I'm going to trim this off, even with the bottom. And trim the vase off even with the bottom. There we go. And then, I don't like that one. I think it needs to be a little bit bolder. Here we go. So now, I'm going to trim this, kind of fussy cut it. I'll have a better pair of scissors somewhere. These cutter bees, if you don't have a pair of cutter bees, you ought to check into them. I got these from Amazon. Just do a search for cutter bee scissors. They're very sharp, and the points are, it's sharp all the way down into the point. So cutting something like this is just a piece of cake. And you can cut all the way down to the point without sacrificing your piece that way. Now, there. I think something like that will be fine. Let me get some glue. And I have some art glitter glue here. And I want to put just a few little pieces of foam tape under the ends of this. Let's see. Under this end for sure. Something wrong like around like that, maybe. Yeah, that ties all the elements together with the sentiment then. Okay, do that one. And then I think I'll do just a little small piece at this other end and get it up underneath there. There we go. Now, I also have some other little auxiliary stickers here that came with this little piece. Here's one here that might kind of be nice, like that. There's a little butterfly here that we could pull out and perhaps put on that black. And on the inside, maybe I'll put just one down in the corner, I think. Like that. To tie the inside with the outside just a little bit. Now, I happen to have some little gems here that I found when I was unpacking. Yay! Let's see what we can put on here that will brighten it up just a little bit more. Let's just see whether we like those or not. Kind of place them around here in the base of the card some. Yeah, I kind of like that. Now, ooh, I think I see my jewel picker. Y'all, I can tell you this, that having everything that you own boxed is just not a fun game to play. There we go. So there's one card on the way to being done. Let's look at this other one. Now, on this one, I think I'll try to use this one up just a little bit and see. But I need some kind of an edge on that. I kind of like this decal edge that we ended up with on this card here. And I like that black background. So let me go ahead and kind of implant one of these little vinyl stickers onto this card a little bit. And I think maybe I don't like that right there. So let's try it this way and see what we get. I have a green chisel point Sharpie marker. It's not really quite exactly the right green, but let's see. It may be fine for what we're doing here. And all that is trying to get a little bit of definition to this little piece of background paper. Let's put some foam on the back of this. And now I'm going to do this where it opens off the side here. So we got one top fold and one side fold. Panel card. This card seems to, this front, and it seems to be just a little bit damp yet, but that's okay. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a little difference in those edges there where I folded it, and I'm just going to trim that off. Sometimes when you hand cut your paper, you get that. There. Now I believe I'm going to put this one on. And I'm going to take this little green off of here. And just have it be like that. I have a little bit of extra flowers here. And some little petals that kind of are falling down a little bit, maybe. There. Now, you can tell I didn't do any of the doodling that I did on this one. And I actually kind of like it especially with that black edge. I think it really helps it stand out. But I'm going to leave this one plain and just see how that ends up. So that finishes this sticker sheet. And I need a thinking of you. And I think I will try to use this one this time. I'll slip it in like that and use it that way. But I'm going to put the green edge around it after I cut it just a little bit shorter. So let's try that and see how it works then. And it is still just a little bit damp. There. But I don't think that'll make any difference. I'm going to use this green marker around the outside edge of it as well. And put it up on some foam tape. This green is dark enough that it kind of goes to the black a little bit, but it's really not black. There. And maybe I'll just glue a little bit right there in the middle and let it kind of bow up as a little added interest in this card. There we go. There we are. And then that lift adds just a little bit more impact to the card. I think I decided I was not going to move my big ribbon rack. It's going in the auction. And I may totally regret that. Now this I think will work, this color. So let's tie us a little bow for that. And it really just doesn't need to be a very big one at all. If I can remember how to tie this. Oh, there we go. I got it started now. This is my little 10-second bow maker. You all know I brag on these. I use it all the time, and I really like it. So here we are. There. And now, somewhere I have a little glue dot. These are some little tiny micro glue dots. And I think it'll work just fine for that. There. Right like that. So that card's about finished then. I won't be able to put anything on the inside because I don't have any more of that sticker sheet. We've used it up completely today. So there's my two little quick and easy cards. They didn't take any time at all, and I hope you enjoyed them today. And apologize again for the highway noise. We'll just have to put up with it for a while until we get the other house built. So we're in Georgia only kind of sporadically at the moment. And I will see you again as soon as I possibly can. So y'all have a wonderful day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye, everybody.